Welcome to Corporate Chatter, Finance Meets Finesse. I'm your host, Olivia Rodriguez.
And I'm your co-host, Gabby Rodriguez.
And we will be bringing you weekly insights into money, careers, and style that matter.
Yay! And today we have on board one of our amazing partners, Kris Frantzen, Vice President of Product Strategy. See, Kris, I told you, I said it so many times in my head, I messed it up. He's representing Temenos, so we're really excited. Kris, thanks for being on board with us.
Thank you for having me. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to it.
Are you ready for us to probe you with endless questions?
I am so ready. I think
Okay.
famous last words.
Right? Okay. Well, Olivia will get us kicked off. She's got the first couple lined up, ready to go.
What is Temenos, Kris?
It's a great question. So Temenos is a leading provider of software and technology to financial institutions around the world. Certainly what I focus on here is within North America, but we are focused on delivering innovative solutions and services that, as we say, are leading banking forward. And so that is really everything that a financial institution needs to serve their account holders, bring on new account holders, everything from core banking to payments to loan origination to digital engagement to things like collection and recovery, financial crime detection, wealth solutions. So we do an awful lot for an awful lot.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's amazing to see the impact Temenos has on both the origination side and then the collection side. And it's amazing to see how you guys have grown in all the integrations you have. Sorry, that was like my little tidbit because I know Temenos is super awesome.
Yes.
But I know you have a follow-up
I
question.
do have a follow-up question.
Sure.
What is your role at Temenos?
Yep. So I am fortunate enough to represent a product team that is delivering solutions here to credit unions and banks in North America, specifically focused around account onboarding, loan origination, as well as collections and recovery. So a lot of our customers and partners know the team that I work with as having come to Temenos from the acquisition of Accelerant about 10 years ago. So those are the products that we support on a platform we call Lifecycle Management Suite. Everything from, because you want to onboard the member, you want to lend to them. And then, as we say, sometimes bad things happen to good people and those accounts go delinquent, and we need to manage collections and ultimately recovery of that. And so I'm responsible for working with our customers, with our sales organization, with other market leaders on defining the roadmap of the exciting things that we want to deliver in these solutions to help continue to bring value to our customers moving forward.
Oh my gosh, you do a lot then, Kris.
It's every day is very full. You never know. You never know what you're going to get. But I'll tell you, I love being the opportunity to work with our customers. I love this market and love the people that I work with, right? Which I think is key to anything. If you like what you do and who you do it with, then it makes it all worth it.
Absolutely. It sounds like you wear a lot of different hats, and it's so funny when people say like, "Oh, tell me what your average day looks like," which I bet you're like, "Well, an average day could look like, X, Y, and Z. Another day could look, different." So it's amazing to see, especially all the integrations and partners Temenos has with. I mean, I know we were chatting a couple weeks ago. How many integration partners do you guys have currently right now?
Yeah, so total integrations, and this is across, we have multiple with some partners, but we support over 100 unique integrations. And so that spans really the gamut. And with many of our partners, we have multiple integrations, but we're really proud of our partner network, right? It's instrumental to what we do because we want to focus on what it is we do well, what our core competencies are. And then we want to bring in the complementary solutions. There's so many great partners like NCCI. We've been partnered with NCCI for many years. We have
Absolutely.
over, I think, between 35 and 40 customers that are using that integration and bringing additional value. So really central to what we do. We could not bring the type of value to our customers if we weren't doing it collectively with great partners.
Absolutely. Well, Olivia,
Yes.
yeah, ask her next question because I hijacked it.
How did you get started in this industry?
And start from day one.
Yeah.
Just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
When you were small.
Day one was a lot longer ago than I would like to admit. I was fortunate enough. I kind of stumbled into the loan origination space. I answered an ad in a paper for a company called GHR Systems way back when. Me saying that I answered an ad in a paper in and of itself probably gives you an idea of the general time frame. But sort of found my way into that space that was mortgage loan origination. And it really kind of just took to the concept of the technology and the software and what it can do and how it can make an institution more efficient. And I think specifically a financial institution, right? And that concept of it's an organization that's trying to help its account holders, its borrowers to accomplish something. Again, the mortgage lending, there's a lot of intricacies, but what it comes down to is it's getting someone a house, right? Just like auto lending, it's getting someone a car, or personal lending. It's somebody being able to pay for college tuition or to go on that vacation. And so that's sort of where my career started. And I just continued to grow in the origination space, especially. And then as you go through your career, hopefully you form relationships and you have a network of folks. So when it came time for me to move on from where I was previously, I had some former colleagues that were part of Accelerant that had just been acquired by Temenos, and had the opportunity to come over here. And really, that was really appealing to me. One, because I liked the people. It was consistent with what I had been doing previously. I really like the fact that I could get to work a lot more with credit unions too. Credit unions are just wonderful organizations to work with. And it also gave me an opportunity to learn a whole lot about the other side of it with collections, right? The collection side and how the two, sort of how that entire life cycle plays together. So really just a natural progression for me, and really couldn't be happier. The decision, the opportunity to come here and sort of how we continue to evolve as Temenos moving forward.
Absolutely. There's so many more like tools that a financial institution needs in their tool belt than they had to use. Like, I guess I'm trying to say is they have to have so many more tools in their tool belt than they may have had to have a couple of years ago, even before COVID. Like, there's so many more touch points that they need. They need to partner with an institution that is nimble. Those are all on point. That's all what we see too.
And then also, I was just at a conference, and they said, you can't talk about technology or have a technology meeting without the mention of AI, right? And so I think that's also sort of an overarching trend. And for a lot of institutions, especially in the financial services space, it is making sense of what are the meaningful use cases of AI. How can we effectively, how can we safely implement AI as a tool to complement what we're doing?
My next question is, what challenges do you see credit unions and specifically credit unions and banks facing today? And I know you had mentioned it a little bit before, but can you just touch on, some maybe like 2 or 3 key challenges that you're seeing?
Yeah, it's how can our financial institution meet those expectations of our account holders better than others can. Because it's also a competitive landscape, right? When it comes to banks and credit unions, we long gone are the days where you have an account with the local bank or the local credit union, because your parents did, or because your friends did, right? The loyalty, it's not the same. It's just much easier to shop around for those financial products that you need, and even making sure that they are tightly integrated with how I'm living my life, right? I need to be presented with the right products when and where is most appropriate for me, and so that's the challenge that every financial institution is facing now. Certainly, I think credit unions have an additional challenge of making sure that folks understand what it is that makes the credit union unique, and what the credit union can bring to an individual, and how it's different from a bank, but also how I think in many ways credit unions still have to fight against this perception that credit unions are less technologically inclined, or their systems lag behind those of banks. Because I think that's more a perception than the reality.
But how is Temenos helping these institutions adapt, which I think you touched upon a lot, because it sounds like you guys are assisting these institutions in so many different ways to continue their evolution, their technology, and their resources. But if you want to touch upon a couple of things, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's because it's really a true partnership that we have with our customers, and so it's not any one thing. I think it's continuing to make sure that as good partners, we understand where our customers are going, they understand where we're going, and that where we're going is informed and really driven by where our customers are going.
That's super awesome. Yeah. So my next question, we're pivoting hardcore here.
Yes.
Okay, I'm ready.
But so, and we are, we're young adults. We're new to this like corporate life, and we're trying to figure out what's the secret sauce of this work-life balance.
Yeah, when it comes to that, one of the things, and a manager that I had very early in my career said, you work to live, you don't live to work. And I think that's very important, right? I think it's to me, it's important to like what you do, to love what you do, and like the people that you work with, and be accountable to them, so that you're willing to work hard, and when there's opportunity and the place to put in extra effort, that you do that, and that's, you're not doing that begrudgingly, but to keep in mind that we need to prioritize, right? And I think it's not an easy thing. There's always going to be work there. There's always going to be demands to do more. We're talking about doing, needing to do more with less, or to do more with the same staff, right? And so prioritizing what's important, right? And I think it's recognizing that you're not going to be as effective at what you do if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not taking care of the other things that are important.
That's awesome. Well, Kris, thank you so much for joining us. We greatly appreciate your time. We obviously greatly appreciate our integration with Temenos. It's amazing. We really, really, really appreciate you. And thanks for coming on board. I know you're a busy man.
Yes.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I think it's terrific what you're doing. And I look forward to talking to you guys in the future.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And that's it for this episode of Corporate Chatter. Remember, don't forget to subscribe, and remember to like the like button on YouTube. And remember, stay sharp and keep the chatter going.
Keep the chatter going, and check Temenos out.
Yes. Thanks, guys.